8 3-minute rounds. The gloves are 10 ounces. And Anthony Joshua weighs like 250 pounds, so I'm not really sure how this is going to end up happening. But this is one of those. Normally, I don't give credit to the Paul brothers, and I give them credit for being great on social media and creating a lot of buzz for the sport. I give him credit for getting in the round with Anthony Joshua. This is not like a Mike Tyson fight when Tyson's 60 years old.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Goff and Mahomes were never taken serious. Hurts won't be even if they're the 1 seed. Jonathan Taylor plays running back. Stop. Mahomes lost the head-to-head to Josh. Can I confidently eliminate every single person booked behind Josh Allen to at least beat out Josh Allen? So I'm in a head-to-head with Stafford May?
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Let's take a look at a couple of narratives here and play a good game of fade or not fade. And first up, well, the idea that the Chiefs are going to put it all together and win the AFC West, well, that's absolutely gone. Absolute fade from this point on, Donnie, with the Chiefs. Their 10-year reign is over. It's done with.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day here on a terrific Tuesday evening. Scott Wetzel, Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time, watching, analyzing, and more importantly, betting on the world of sports. Pretty good slate of action tonight. We got another bowl game starting in about an hour or so, which actually got a decent, feel for anyway. Not quite as strong as betting against Tua Tags and the Dolphins last night, but, a good feel just the same. We got a good slate of college basketball, nice slate of hockey tonight, and we got the NBA Cup Championship game for what it's worth. Knicks and San Antonio Spurs, no OKC Thunder. Before we get to it, all game time. What's betting you off tonight, Gabe?
The start time for this bowl game is not the ideal start time. These bowls are on life support as it is, and it's a real challenge. Like, let's be real. It's not like people are buzzing about watching Troy and Jacksonville State. So if you're going to play these bowl games, you might as well do them when people will actually watch. Play it at 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening, etc. At least if these kids are going to play in a bowl game and we're going to have these bowl games, don't put them head-to-head against the NBA Cup, right? Don't put them head-to-head against the college basketball slate, in which there are, big-time teams playing tonight. The National Hockey League as well. It's just a disservice to the kids that are actually playing in the game tonight, because it's too bad, right? If these kids are going to play in a bowl game, at least, make it a standalone event so people will actually watch the game. But with all that being stated, I do like this game for betting purposes tonight.
Yeah, me too. It is kind of weird. 9 o'clock start time for a game that's being played on the East Coast in Alabama. It's kind of like, Gabe, pick your poison with the 4-letter network, which televises 95% of these bowl games, right? I mean, if you're going to have college football bowls, then start them at a normal time or just transition to college basketball. You can't have both, I don't know how much colder it is at 9 o'clock versus 7 o'clock, but it's just, it's later. That is for sure. And you're not getting any more of an audience on the West Coast. That's for sure. So we'll get to that. I'll have some of those picks as well in the late night pickoff. How about the opening pickoff? I'll start with the the NBA Cup game, which starts in about a half hour out in Las Vegas. Knicks versus San Antonio. Knicks a slight favorite, laying 2.5. They're 9-1 straight up and against the spread. Their last 10 games, they've zipped through the competition, as San Antonio has. I'll take a little flyer on the Knicks. Listen, anytime a team is 9-1 straight up and against the spread, they're playing good. So obviously the Spurs are playing good, but maybe just a little flyer on the Knicks laying 2.5 tonight against San Antonio.
I'll start off with the NBA Cup. I'll be on the other side. I'm going to take the San Antonio Spurs in this basketball game. Should be a really interesting basketball matchup, right? The New York Knicks are balling right now, and the San Antonio Spurs. I said, I was talking last week, and I brought it up, and I said, listen, if they win this game against the Lakers, Wembanyama is going to play on Saturday. And Wembanyama did play on Saturday, and he basically played 20 minutes, and he scored 22 points, right? He's a force, and now he's got a couple of more days to rest. The fact that they're playing on Tuesday instead of Monday, I think is an advantage for San Antonio right now. And the thought process that the Spurs are going to be a contender in the future, I think that's wrong. I think the Spurs are a contender now, as we just saw. They're capable of beating Oklahoma City. They are Oklahoma City, not light, but they are like a modern, young, fast, quick team with a bunch of like super dog alpha males on their team that don't like losing. I think they finish it off with an NBA Cup win tonight. Getting the plus 2.5 points. Got to take Wembanyama and company. Give me the San Antonio Spurs.
All right. I like that side of things as far as Wembanyama. I love his point total. I probably like this actually more than I like the Knicks. In fact, I do. And I'm not surprisingly enough. 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Wembanyama. Listen, in the words of Rick Pitino, Willis Reed and Patrick Ewing are not walking through that door. The Knicks don't have a big guy that can spell defense, let alone play it. You think Karl Anthony Towns is going to really try and play defense on Wembanyama? This guy's all over the court anyway. He's a gazelle. Hell, half the time he's playing guard, for goodness sakes, on defense. So I would be real surprised that in a big game like this, and it does mean something for them. Listen, they wouldn't have beaten OKC if they really wanted to poo-poo this tournament. So clearly, they're into this, and that's great. I don't know how he doesn't get 34 points, rebounds, and assists combined tonight against the Knicks. Love that one.
One of the reasons why I like Wembanyama tonight, and the Spurs, I should say, is because of Wembanyama. Karl Anthony Towns he's a matchup problem for other teams, right? I don't like all these big men that take threes all the time, but it's a problem. You can't guard Karl Anthony Towns at the 3-point line and attempt, really give him problems. He's going to shoot over you. He's bigger than you are. Well, he's not bigger than Victor Wembanyama. And Karl Anthony Towns going to have Victor Wembanyama in his face when he's trying to launch these threes. I think it's going to throw the offense off. Brunson will do his thing. But if you can eliminate the rest of the guys on the team, I think it's a path to the Spurs victory. Listen, so I like the Spurs tonight. And speaking of Wembanyama, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go with his point prop. And it's actually 19.5 now. It was 20.5 earlier in the day. It's 19.5 right now. He is on a pitch count, right? And they stuck to it the other game. They took him out. That's what's wild, guys. They beat Oklahoma City with Wembanyama barely playing. Scott, they took him out of the game when he was at the 15-minute mark of his playing time. And they literally brought him in with 5 minutes left in the game. Right? They weren't playing around. They said 20 minutes, and they stuck to the 20 minutes. The San Antonio Spurs guys were 10-3 without Wembanyama. Now they got him back, and they just won again against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City there's a new kid on the block, and it's the San Antonio Spurs right now. So, yeah, give me Wembanyama over 19.5 points scored tonight. I think he's probably going to play 25 minutes today.
All right. I'll switch over to college basketball. Tip off in about a half hour or so. Kansas at home against Towson. They're laying only, and I don't say only too often when you're laying 16 points, but, what's-his-face is not playing. The Peterson kid is not playing tonight, or at least they're not expecting him to play. He might not play, so I'm going to go on the assumption he's not playing. But still, 16 points at home, the field house, little school from Baltimore is flying all the way across the country. You're telling me the Jayhawks can't wipe the floor of them? I got to see that to believe it. They're coming off a nice win at Kansas. They've won without Peterson. Give me Kansas tonight, Gabe, laying only 16 against Towson.
Peterson's been shut down once again. Right, he started the season, he got hurt, he came back, and now he's shut down again. Just a lingering hamstring issue that won't go away. I'm going to wrap it up here. I got a college pick, but the game's only tipping off at 8:30. We can give it on the other side. But one of the reasons why the San Antonio Spurs are so great is Stephon Castle. I was a massive fan of this kid when he played for the UConn Huskies. He was a big part of the national championship winning team. He's just a winner. He's got ice in his veins. He's a complete player. That's the thing with San Antonio. Like, their players are complete players. They don't just do one thing. They're like a very modern NBA team, like the future of the league type of team. And Castle, is right there. And, Castle, what I like about him is you can take his assist prop. He just goes over 5.5 all the time, and that's his number all the time. But he does he might go off for 30 points. He might get 9 rebounds. He might have 7 assists. But one thing is for sure, he's going to have a contribution to the basketball game in a positive way for your team. So his prop is 17. And I thought about going over points, rebounds, assists for Castle tonight at 28.5. And when it was all said and done, I decided the 17.5 was a fair number. So I'm just going to go over 17.5 points scored for Stephon Castle tonight.
All right, there you go. I did have one more. I must have looked at the wrong calendar. It's too bad, too, because I did like Edmonton, I swear. I had Edmonton against Pittsburgh tonight. It's actually well into the first period, and the Oilers are already leading at 2-0. I thought that was a 7:30 start. All right. Maybe it was. It probably was a 7:30 start. I'm just thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was 8:30 start. So, anyway, too late now on that one. More picks on the other side of Game Live.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
And welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe just getting underway. So, yeah, nothing worse. And, in a lot of ways, I know it sounds crazy, Gabe, but in a lot of ways, having a winning bet that you don't get in because you just screw up, forget, look at the wrong start time, is worse than having a bet that actually you put in and loses. That sucks. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's like, fun, frustration. Like, I accept losing. I've been doing it for 40 years. You're going to lose some bets. I don't care how much you love a team or a player. You're going to lose. That's part of the game. But when you have a winner that you think's going to be a winner and it's turning out that way and you forget to put it in or you think you put it in, it's just like, oh, man. So I feel that way with the Edmonton Oilers. I must have saw 7:30. And
Pittsburgh just scored.
All right, good.
So there
you go.
So now,
let's go.
Now it's 2-1. So basically, what I do in those spots, it's frustrating. It happened to me last night, actually. It was a college basketball. It's like a really under the radar game. I was like, oh God, I didn't get the Alabama A&M bet in. Right? It's going to happen every now and then. But what I'll do is I'll normally try to adjust in game and force it. I'll be like, no, I'm making money off of this game no matter what. Like last night was a good example. I didn't get the Ottawa Senator bet in. I said that when the total was 3.5 with 3 minutes left, I said, yeah, somebody will score. Like this game's going to go over the 3.5. It happened so fast, and my phone, I couldn't get it in on time. So I got out of spite. I was like, well, now I'll take Ottawa. And Ottawa ended up winning, actually. I got lucky. And Ottawa ended up winning. So, and, or you sort of hope that Pittsburgh scores again, right? Pittsburgh scores again. It's 2-2, and then you're right back to where it started. You can jump in on the Edmonton Oilers if you wanted. This is, interesting game, guys. The goalies got traded for each other. It's rare that, we have same position. It's rare that a goalie for goalie trade happens. And then by chance, they actually play against each other a couple of days later. So Stuart Skinner versus Tristan Jarry tonight. Oilers got off to the 2-0 lead, and now it's 2-1. I left one on the table, and I'm a little frustrated, too, about it. I did jump in on the in-game under 5.5 here. The Vancouver Canucks and the New York Rangers. We know that the New York Rangers struggle at home, right? But they actually are a team. And the Vancouver Canucks are literally they literally have, the bottom of the league, essentially. But they're not a terrible team. They just, they're not great, and they just traded their best player and all this. And, they're at the bottom of the standings or whatnot. Yet the Canucks were only plus 105 tonight, Scott. And they were, it had just, they were telling you what to do in a way, or what they were worried about. And I was like, this is almost like the Dolphins last night. It's just too much of a trap. You can't take Vancouver right now at plus 105 only on the road like this, right? And here we are right now. The Vancouver Canucks are beating the New York Rangers 2-0. And they won their first game after trading Quinn Hughes as well. So one thing, Scott, people are like, oh my God, they traded Quinn Hughes. They actually got better. It sucks giving up a superstar player, and that was the jersey that people bought, and there's a bunch of teenage girls that are heartbroken right now because he's gone, and, their Hughes jersey is kind of useless and meaningless right now. But they got better. This Bayum kid is a stud, bro. He's 20 years old. He's badass offensively. Scott, he set a Vancouver Canuck rookie record, in his debut, actually, the other day. He got a point right away. He's been productive. Rossi's a really good player. Most people in the hockey world are like, wow, Minnesota gave up a lot of stuff to get a player that's a free agent coming up this year. So you see it too, eh? When it's you talk about it, when guys are out in the NBA, the team wins. When a big deal happens and a star player gets traded, and the media and the fan base, oh, this team sucks. I'm done. I'm out. I don't care. I don't even care anymore. Then the team starts winning games. It happens all the time.
There is something to addition by subtraction. Doesn't mean the player is a bad guy or was a cancer in the locker room. Sometimes that is the case. Other times it's just a cloud that he's bringing of all the rumors.
The
and
distraction
just every time
and the
turn
cloud.
around, distraction. It's
what
finally
it's got
just
to?
done.
You've got to at least, it's hard enough, like you just said. It's hard enough, like I said the other night, it's hard enough to win, betting on sports, when you're making your own mistakes or betting the wrong team or not getting the bet in.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same thing in, pro teams. It's not easy to win, and not everyone's going to like each other. That's another thing that's, kind of overblown. Not everybody, sports teams, it's not college guys or high school. They're not all hanging out together. They're grown men with families and their own personal little lives and demons, and they're not hanging out together. But you at least want to have to be on the team, Scott. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you have to, like, say, yeah, I'm happy being on this team. Like, I might not get along with everybody, but I don't want to get traded. Like, I'm happy in the city. I'm happy with the team. Quinn Hughes was not, right? He evidently was miserable. He wanted out. And you get rid of a miserable guy, and you bring in guys that, like European guys are happy. Like, Rossi's like, oh, yeah, my family, my wife was really happy to move to Vancouver. And no disrespect to St. Paul, Minneapolis, but Vancouver's a lot nicer. Right, for like the wives and like the family and stuff like that. Like he was excited. By him, super excited because he knows he has a chance to be a star now and the new dude. He can replace Hughes. So he's super excited. It's enthusiastic, Scott. You got enthusiastic guys in the room as opposed to, yeah, I secretly want to get out of here, and you know it because I talk to you. You know, it's like any business, right? Any job. If half the people hate the place, it's going to be harder. Right? It's just it's the way it is.
And I'll say this about Vancouver, too. They're an oddity, Gabe, in that they're 8-9 on the road. Now, that's okay. That's pretty good, right? Yeah, but then you realize that they're 4-11 at home. Then you realize they're in last place. There aren't too many last-place teams in any sport. Yeah, that's 8-9 playing basically 500 hockey. In this case, it's hockey on the road. And then the Rangers stink at home.
It's such a tease for the fan base, Scott. Because the Canucks have these successful road trips, right? Where it's like, wow, man, everyone says we suck, but just went 4-2 on a 6-game road trip. And then they come back home and they lose 4-0 to the Buffalo Sabres. Right? Or, like they don't have any sports. Not the fans' fault either. Like, they sell tickets, the fans are enthusiastic, and the Canucks just constantly give them nothing at home, Scott. It's been 2 years of this for whatever reason.
It's amazing.
It's like the Rangers at home. Hey, they screw their fans.
Yeah, great thing. Great thing with the Rangers. Crazy. All right, more coming up in Game Live.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is. Right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. One last thing on the Rangers game. I looked this up today. This is really amazing. We're talking about their inability to score, right? And we'll move on from this. But 16 home games so far this year, they have 25 goals. 25 goals, and 15 of them came in 3 games. So if you wipe off those 3 games, in the other 13 games, they have 10 goals. That's how bad they are, and they're being shut out again tonight against Vancouver.
It's like a week for the Colorado Avalanche. It's like a week of home games, right? 2 weeks of home games. The Avalanche fans have seen a lot of goals this year. Yeah, it's inexplicable. Like I said, it's psychological. It's clearly psychological. At first, it was just sort of an anomaly. They got defensive about it early. People attacked them early about it, and now it's grown into a full phobia type of deal. Like I said, they only have 11 shots on goal, and there's 6 minutes left in the second period, which is terrible. And conversely, the Vancouver Canucks only have 8 shots on goal, which is just brutal. You should have 8 shots on goal in the first period, right? 20, 10 shots a period, 8 shots on goal a period, in between that 24 to 30 range type deal. 30 plus is really good, but it's hard to win. The Canucks have always been wizards of this, though. Even when the Canucks were really good 2 years ago and they went to the second round of the playoffs in Game 7 with the Oilers and stuff, they actually had the highest scoring rate per shot in the league. The Canucks are very skilled. When they get a chance, they'll score. They've got a bunch of dudes that can score, but no one's tough. No one ever fights for it. So it's got to sort of if they were hunters, they would starve to death, Scott. They need it to be given to them. Or a breakaway, or they won't fight for it. And now I'm going to battle in front of the net and, just chip it in. They won't do that. That's their problem. But speaking of points and goals, give me the over in this Butler-UConn game that's coming up in a couple of minutes here. I'm going to go with the over, and I'm going to take Butler plus the points, Scott, which I don't like messing with UConn. I have a lot of respect for I think Hurley's a jerk, actually, but he's annoying. But I have a lot of respect for him as a coach. I like this UConn program. I think they're an elite team. I think they're a Final Four caliber basketball team. But with that being stated, 15 points, a lot of points. Butler are really good this year, guys. They haven't really played anybody yet. Now, they haven't played cupcakes, but they've been playing sort of, the mid-major type of team. So this is their first real step up in class here tonight. But they're very efficient offensively. They're one of the best offensive teams in the country. I talked about it last week with Texas, and Texas did cover, is that UConn give up a lot of free throws. Remember, you were on the air, Scott. Remember, it was wow, they already have 8 fouls, 6 minutes into the half. They put you on the free throw line. They do. They're ranked 244th in the country in free throw attempts allowed, guys. And don't look now, but the Butler Bulldogs are 31st in free throw attempts. So you got a team that gets to the line against a team that puts you on the line. The only question here is Butler beating up on mid-tier teams? I guess we're going to find out tonight. But look at UConn's game, Scott, this year. They really haven't blown anybody out. They really haven't. There's been a lot of 8-point games, 4-point games, 6-point games, close games against good teams, and they win by 9 or 11 against teams they're supposed to win. They're not very good against the spread. They're not covering numbers. So give me Butler and the over in this game.
I like Butler. I was going to touch the over-under. When you look at their history, games that Butler tend to go over, games that UConn tend to go under. UConn has won the last 10, but they're only 3-7 to your point game against the spread, which is why I like Butler as well. They play a lot of close games. Last time that they met, of course, the last year, obviously, or last season anyway, went to overtime. My only concern with Butler is they're coming off an emotional home double overtime win over Providence. That was Sunday. 2 days later, you got to hop on a plane, fly to UConn. But this Butler program, it's amazing. They had that Cinderella run.
They would stay there, Scott. They would already be there in New England, right?
No, the Providence team was at home.
Yeah, but so it's a quick trip, right? To Indiana, I'm not worried. I think the emotional letdown. I don't think the physical stuff. They're kids. So they're not. I don't think they're tired, but coming off of I just think, can they handle the UConn crowd, Scott? Right? Will they wilt against a better team? That's what it comes down. It's too many points, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's too many. 14 and a half points is too many points, right? They might not be at the championship level when they went back to finals, but they have, Butler's done a good job of just, they're in the Big East now, and they haven't shown that was a fluke way back when. They're a pretty good program. I'll take them with the double digits as well. In-game live continues here on the Grid.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe just getting underway. Hour number 1. Let's welcome our good buddy with the NBA Cup Final coming up in just a couple of moments. Mark Sino, SportsGrid host, he's seen here all the time on the Grid. What's going on, Mark? Spurs or New York Knicks tonight? What side are you on?
Gentlemen, great to be with you as always. I mean, look, I can't, as much as it's like chalky and gross, and I'm a Knicks fan, like, how do I not just take the Knicks here? Minus a 2.5 for the money line. San Antonio just beat Oklahoma City. There's not a higher high in the NBA this year than beating Oklahoma City, I don't know what is. So it only seems like a letdown spot here for the Spurs after knocking off OKC that the Knicks could take advantage of. I think the over favors the Knicks here. The under is going to favor San Antonio. And if San Antonio can't figure out a way to stop the Knicks from scoring at least 120, I think the Knicks win and cover this one.
People wouldn't think of the Knicks as an offensive juggernaut, but it's interesting, Mark. It's got the Knicks are the 4th highest scoring team in the NBA.
Yep.
And the San Antonio Spurs are the 7th highest scoring team in the. And look, I didn't think that Knick Magic game was going to turn into the track meet that it did. But but we saw what happened, and I think San Antonio won't be shy if they want to get into a track meet either. Like Oklahoma City are so good defensively. That was a different type of game. I wanted to bet the over here, guys, tonight, but the 234 just sort of put me off a little bit in what is a championship game.
Yeah, aren't they begging your game to take the under? I mean, like that's a huge. Right? I mean, how could you go over with that? So I don't
think of it so much, Scott, as begging us to take the under. I think they're scared. I think they're scared that this turns into a mid-240s, 250 game like the Magic game did the other game.
Like I said, guys, if they can't stop the Knicks from scoring 120, this is going over. Like, that's really what it boils down to. I think if the Knicks get to 120 or more, this thing will go over. I mean, yes, there's a world where the Knicks score 115 and and win the thing 115, 110 and still cover and get out of there. But I would tell you overall, I don't know if San Antonio can really keep up with the shooting of the Knicks at this point in time. And
yeah, but it's harder to shoot when you have Wembanyama, who's 7'4".
Yeah.
Really, when he extends, he's like 8
giant.
feet. Like suddenly your field goal percentage isn't as good, right? Like it's a tough matchup. It's almost like you never see Wembanyama. You know what I mean? Unless you play him all the time. Like I don't know if you guys saw the clip the other day from the Laker game, and then it was it was on Saturday night. It was on Amazon again. Where like the crew saw him for like the first time type of deal. Like some of them on the crew, like Blake Griffin was like, I've never seen him in person before. And like, dude, they were like in awe. Like there were like 5 Hall of Famers were just with their jaws dropped. And they were like, this guy's not human. Like it's not normal, this guy. Like,
did you Knicks are motivated to win?
Did you see him? Did you see him when he walked off the court in the tunnel after? You know, like you've got the police barrier, like the fence is, so they have a fence. Scott, he stepped over it like it was like a sidewalk.
Yeah,
like, everybody was going like around through the tunnel. He just cut right through and just without missing a beat, like just walked right over the fence like it was like a little hurdle to him. Yeah, just without missing a beat. And everybody stopped and were like, "Oh my God!" Like this guy's just like he's like a freak. Like
freak.
I'll add the motivation factor in here and give it to the Knicks. I mean, Mike Brown in his first year, questionable hire, right? I mean, look, it's not obviously an NBA title, and I don't think they should hang a banner in Madison Square Garden for this because that's kind of embarrassing. But that said, winning something in the city of New York should matter to the Knicks, and it should matter to Mike Brown as he's trying to make a statement.
Do you think they will?
The coach. I think they do. I think this actually means something to them. I think they're going to coach it like a playoff game. I think they're going to play it like a playoff game. I think the Knicks honestly want to win.
I think they will too. I think any team would put the banner up. Actually, NBA Cup, right? You make it smaller than a championship banner. You make it smaller.
Yeah,
the Lakers did, Scott.
Right.
But to me,
the Lakers did. But that was first year.
To me, though, it's less cheesy if you've actually won a real title in the last couple of years. You know what I mean? It's like, throw it on the pile. Throw it on the pile.
Yeah.
Like we won, you know what I mean? It's another trophy, fine.
Nothing
but if you make like a big deal about it and you haven't won like the Knicks in 50 years, it's a little different.
No banner's been raised in Madison Square Garden for 30 years, and that last one was in hockey. So let's not start making a thing of the Knicks hanging a banner. That'll be a little bit embarrassing, I agree. But
I don't think they're going to win tonight, though. I think it's going to be the Spurs.
Well,
I don't think there's a banner coming.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, Mark. One, as a fan, you're interested in it. You know, you give me from 1 to 0, and then 2 as a bettor. Like, can anything happen tonight that would make you say, come NBA Finals? Well, maybe it's not going to be a Western Conference team because the Knicks won the NBA Cup by 30 over so and so. You know, can anything like that influence you for later on in the year, or does it just not matter?
I think a statement win, like you said, if they dominate and blow this team out, if they get that kind of game, it's something that they will refer to later on in the year. I think it's something that everybody will refer to later on in the year. You know, in a clinching game, in an elimination game kind of deal, where, you know, they draw on that experience as something that is valuable, but it would have to be a statement win. It would have to be something where, like, you know, they just blow them out of the water here and win this thing by 30 and it's not even close, you know, and there's pictures, you know, you'll see cutaways to the Knicks bench just hopping up and down and being excited to win an NBA Cup. And again, it doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Hey, no team that's won the NBA Cup has won the title the same year. So you'd be trying to buck that trend.
So
some players on the team like the money, right? So that's another thing too. Like the guys at the end of the bench, you're getting $500K, like $488,000 or whatnot, something like close to $500K. Each player will get for actually winning the NBA Cup. But Wembanyama doesn't like to lose, guys. Right? No. He is a serious competitor, this dude. And all this stuff, like if you're San Antonio, it's part of the progress of what you are sending the message to the rest of the league. Yeah, this is just the NBA Cup. Now we're coming for the real thing next. Right? So, these guys are going to lay it on the line. The word is, too, it's going to be the last year in Vegas, which is a smart idea. Just put it on the home damn court of the team, like with the higher seed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I will say this much, guys, too. Thursday night, both of these teams are going to play, and I'm fading both of them. I mean, the teams that have played in the NBA Cup final with the extra game and everything else, and, the letdown of having to get back on the court 2 days later, both of these teams will play on Thursday. Depending on the number that we get, I'll be looking to play against both of them with the extra game being a deciding factor.
More so the Knicks. The Knicks would party harder than the Spurs. The Spurs are younger. There's not a, I could see the Knicks players, they're in Vegas, guys, so think about it.
Yeah.
You got a couple of days off. You're in Vegas. You just won the NBA Cup. They're not going back to their room, Scott. They're not going back to their room.
Yeah. No offense, but it's not San Antonio, You're not in San Antonio here, so... Yeah, win, lose, or draw, I don't think they are.
And not to mention, too, you got $500,000 to go play the casino of house money. To them, that's, you know what I mean? That, I knew a baseball. I was buddies with a guy when I did the post-game show. A guy came back from a road trip once, and he showed me. I don't know why he showed it. Tortured me because I was poor. But he pulled out an envelope, and he had a stack of cash, just cash, straight cash.
Right.
And he goes, this is all the money they gave me on the road to eat with. He goes, I save it for casinos. He goes, you want to come to the casino tonight? He has a stack of cash. He goes, the per diem food money's casino money. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow. It's crazy how much they make. All right. We're both on Wembanyama. I got his rebounds, assists, and points. Gabe's on his points, just his points. Any props in the game tonight?
I mean, look, if the Knicks are going to win, Brunson's going to be a big part of it, right? I mean, I hate to simplify this whole thing, but that's just
he's a 30-point machine, man. He just is. Yeah. But his prop is always so freaking high, man. That's the problem.
It's 30 tonight. 30 tonight, Gabe. 30 and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
He's going to get there. He probably scores 33 or 35. He probably gets there.
Yeah, I would agree.
So you want to go over Brunson? 30 and a half points?
I do points, rebounds, and assists. Take the combo in case he has that kind of night.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. It is a lot of points. All right, we'll take a quick little break, then we'll come back. We got a football game. Yeah, we'll talk a little college football. Goofy little game, but, I kind of like this one for some particular reason. It's not your typical game. I got some angles on it. Hopefully Mark does as well. In-game live, game day here on the grid. Continues in a second.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe chat with the Sports Grid host. You see it here all the time here on the Grid. Mark Zitto. Little college football tonight as we got a bowl game, which, listen, it's nothing great. It's Jacksonville State versus Troy. But I will say, Mark, it's two Alabama teams, and they're playing the bowl game in Montgomery, Alabama. So you might actually get a halfway decent crowd tonight. It's close to pick 'em. Jacksonville State laying 1.5. You got Conference USA versus the Sun Belt. Which way are you going?
Not anymore. This line's up to 3.5. And remember, Troy opened as a favorite in this game. So money has been pouring in on Jacksonville State here. I'm seeing
wow.
Yeah, but aren't you confused now, Mark? I've been confused all day about this because we know the reason is Troy's running back is left, right? So he's their best player. He left. And the thought was the quarterback all day, right? Goose Crowder. Is he in? Is he out? Is he playing? And not because he's going to leave, because he's injured. Can he play or not? The assumption is this line goes from Troy being favored to Jacksonville State right now being a 3-point favorite. That Crowder was going to be out, but Crowder's playing. So,
really?
So it's all over the place. So I've been confused by this all day.
What could go wrong? I mean, talk about closing line value. I got 4.5 points of closing line value here with Jacksonville plus 1.5. And look, Jacksonville is the better team here. Their run game is going to be unstoppable tonight. I think they can control the game on the ground, control the pace, and really grind down Troy. Troy's offense over the last 5 games has really been in the tank. They scored only 10 points against Arkansas State, was shut out by ODU. They scored 31 against Georgia State, who was the worst team in the conference, so that's not saying much. And then got 28 against Southern Miss in a game where a 75-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left on one play gave them that last touchdown. Then we saw what JMU did to them in the conference championship game here. So I think that Jacksonville State, offensively is the much better team. They give the edge to Troy on defense, but I just kind of like where Jacksonville State is at this point in time. And I think that the run game is what really sold me in a game that I thought there was getting 2.5 or 1.5 in is now flip the other way around. So I'll sweat out my closing line value trophy and hopefully polish it at the end of the night and not throw it in the trash.
I'll say this, guys. Something's up. A line doesn't go from 1.5 to 3.5 because of bettors. It just doesn't. So somebody's not playing today that they thought was playing, or not vice versa. Someone's not playing today that they thought was playing, because that was 1.5 this afternoon.
There's been confusion, Scott, about the quarterback all day. Just point blank. It's not rocket science. It's not some big mystery.
Supposed to play.
Yeah, people didn't think he was playing. Just point blank. People did not think he was playing. And now he's listed as starting right now still. So my only thing I'll say about this, guys, is Jacksonville State never win big games, right? So is it like the third time, the fourth time's the charm right now for them? They fell short against Kennesaw State. They fell short last year. They've just repeatedly fell short all the time in these big football games. But my deal, Scott, is I think that Troy are beat up. I like the fact that you talked about Jacksonville State. They run the ball like, they're one of the best rushing teams in college football. They run the ball all the freaking time. So they run the ball down your throat. They do have their back. Cook is playing. And I think that Troy are a little beat up, Scott, coming off the game last week against JMU. That was like their Super Bowl. They laid it on the line. They were actually in that game until like there was 5 minutes left, right? And, JMU started to pull away. Yeah, and you got Jacksonville State that's rested. They've had like a week off, a bye week, time to prepare, get off the Kennesaw State loss, end strong with a bowl win here. So I'm with you guys on Jacksonville State because I think the Troy are just a little too beat up, and I don't know if their quarterback's going to make it through the game. That's another thing too.
Right. Yeah. My concern is that if the quarterback was questionable to play and now he's playing, and yet the line went the other way, Gabe. It didn't go in favor of the quarterback playing. It went in favor of the quarterback not playing. It went from 1.5 to 3.5. Here's my only concern with Jacksonville State, guys. You tell me. I do think the Sun Belt is a much better, not a lot better, but I do think it is a better conference than Conference USA, which I put it, next to the MAC as far as the worst. That would be my only concern with Troy coming from the Sun Belt. Little better competition than Jacksonville State. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, look, I tend to agree with you as far as the conference strength is concerned. But a lot of that conference weight is being pulled by one team, and that's James Madison, right? I mean, I think the depth in Conference USA.
They're equally talented, these two teams. They have the same caliber talent.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Gabe. But again, I think the depth in Conference USA is a little deeper than what it is in the Sun Belt, personally. I mean, Coastal Carolina finished 5-3, but they started out the year in conference play. They were one of the worst teams in the nation for the first 6 weeks of the season. They were just getting mollywopped all over the place. So I don't see a ton that really makes me think that, they're really being tested here. And as you said, Gabe, beating JMU would have been the feather in their cap to knock JMU out of the playoff and so on and so forth. So I don't think they have much left in the tank, but Jacksonville State here, probably a little bit more motivated to bounce back after a game against Kennesaw State, which they probably should have won.
Mm-hmm. How about the running back Cam Cook for Jacksonville State? Leads the nation, Mark, in rushing. Troy gives up. This is why I like Jacksonville State. Troy gives up over 180 yards on the ground. They're near the bottom, not quite at the bottom, but they're near the bottom in rushing defense. And now I get the best running back statistically, anyway, in college football.
Yeah, he's not the best running back in college football.
No, statistically. He just leads he leads the nation in rushing.
His prop tonight is 128.5 yards.
Yeah, I'm going over. If he's playing, right?
I mean,
yeah, he's playing. Cam Cook's playing. It's 128.5 yards. His touchdown prop is minus 334 to score a touchdown.
Wow.
So you've got to get in.
34.
Yeah, so you've got to play two or more. There's only two guys that score on that team, him and the quarterback, Caden Creel.
Right, Keel.
Right, so, So, like, Creel's plus 300, two or more touchdowns. Cam Cook he's only plus 137, Scott, to score two or more touchdowns. Plus 137 only.
That's crazy.
Should be a good game.
Right? That's what I mean.
A good game.
Every Jacksonville State game is close, guys. Trust me, it'll be close. There'll be stress.
Great. Mark, good job, man. Appreciate it. We'll do it again soon. Thanks. Love your play.
Be interesting to see. In that Big 12, we keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is. Right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 circuit sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Mark Zitto, SportsGrid host, joining us as he does from time to time. So we'll take a peek at some of the games that are underway, including that NBA Cup thing. Did find a pretty good little angle bet for percentage-wise with Polymarket today. Looked at some of the hockey stuff, Gabe, and they got Colorado still to win the Stanley Cup championship. Again, this is not necessarily me saying that Colorado's going to win, but I'm looking for, if you're going to make the bet, where do you go, right? So on Polymarket, as of this afternoon anyway, you could risk 100 and show an air 4 and change. I'm just deducting the 500. They don't deduct the 100 that you're betting. So you're risking 100 to win 390. Not bad. FanDuel, you're risking 100 to win 340. So you're getting basically 3.5 to 1 on FanDuel and basically 4 to 1 on the Polymarket. So if you think Colorado's going to win, no reason not to go Polymarket on this one, getting 50 cents more for your dollar.
Yeah, it's been very consistent with the Polymarket plays. Let's check Michigan out and see what the Michigan numbers are compared to Polymarket, Kalshi, compared to the sports books. But it seems like there's consistently anywhere from like 7 to 10% more. You get more back on the predictive markets with these sports futures, time and time again. Like I haven't seen, we haven't heard one that's really too much lower yet. We gave you guys a Polymarket play, or it was a Kalshi play, I think, whatever. It was Kalshi a couple of weeks ago. Will Donald Trump attend a football game in 2025? Will he attend another football game? And it was, worked out to like, $100 returned like 140, 142 or something like that. So it was like minus 210 or whatnot. But it was kind of a stone cold lock, right? He was going to, listen, he loves publicity and attention and stuff like that. So you knew he was going to show up somewhere. He can't, there's no way he's not going to go somewhere for 6 weeks, right? Like
with 5,000 bowl games too, right? I mean, he's
the bowl games and he's a politician after all, right? So and the Army-Navy game. It was like, all right, he'll either go to the Army-Navy game, the SEC game, or something like that. And so he showed up at the Army-Navy game. I wish that they had a predictive market. Will Donald Trump screw up flipping a coin
toss?
And we could have got some pretty good odds with that. Like,
or maybe we wouldn't have. Who knows?
Even everyone kind of just looked like everyone just kind of looked at him like, dude,
he
like
did have gloves on though. Right, he had gloves on though, Gabe. Right, so when you expect him to flip it, I mean, he looked like he didn't even know he was going to do it. Like he looked like, oh, okay, sure. Like didn't anybody tell him? He was going to be flipping a coin, and then it just kind of like shovels it in the air. It was kind of.
But those are. Listen, you can use these predictive markets for sports and these futures as you see, and you can squeeze out a couple of extra dollars, which you want to do. And or, they are good for, it's not going to say free money, but if you follow politics and you follow pop culture, you follow the news, there are a lot of like very winnable trades on Polymarket.
Yeah.
You just have to you got to take the time and sift through every one of them and don't force them and just sort of say, all right, because they have they have a lot of them, but there are certain ones where it's just like, you almost have to think it's too good to be true. Because I was like, there's no way in hell. Like I said, has DraftKings opened up a predictive market yet? No. I doubt they're going to do it on Christmas Day, Scott. So I got 2 weeks to win that one now. Right? There are a lot of, the stock prices, the price of gold, like all this type of stuff. They really are some very advantageous. I understand why it's so popular, right? It's a modern stock market for younger people, right? Like, I don't want to buy into I don't want to buy stock of Microsoft. I want to invest now and get paid on this now. So just sort of a modern era stock market. But you and I always talk about how they're getting away with this. And I mean, guys, people have to apply for licenses and lobby, and you don't just open up a casino and get away with it, but they have, just point blank.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever really done anything about it. Like, I mean? Like the gambling companies, instead of fighting it, just said, well, let's just open up our own predictive market. The NCAA, Scott, is the only one that has spoke out. They went off on this stuff the other day. Yeah. They're like, this is the ultimate corrupt stuff. They're just mad because they're not a sponsor of it, though. The NCAA has zero ethics, right? But
zero.
One day, somebody will step up. Like, the predictive market will have a problem down the road one day, Scott, legally. They're not just going to completely get away with this.
Yeah. Well, Trump's son is on the board, right? That's all you need to know as far as it maybe like
Which
going
was, they
away.
were very smart. Like the people, and they have Google people, etc. on the boards and stuff. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, sure. All right, hour number 2 coming up next.
Be interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is. Right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. It is in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. How about a little late night pickoff? We've got a bunch of games starting here at 9 o'clock or later Eastern time, so let's hop right to it, including that college football game. We talked about it, so you know where I'm going, Gabe. I'll take Jacksonville State laying the 1.5. I don't like taking the Conference USA team over the Sun Belt team. That's really my only drawback on this. Cam Cook led the nation in rushing, one of the running backs. Sun Belt Troy, they're one of the rock bottom teams in rushing defense. They give up over 180 yards a game on the ground. So this guy Cook should have a monster day. I'll go over his prop 128.5. I think he goes for $130 if he's playing, and he is. I think they're going to utilize him. My point is, they're not going to have him play and give him 5 carries. This will be, Cook, go ahead, knock yourself out. So give me Jacksonville State laying or actually it's 3.5 now. I'll lay the 3.5. Not in love with that, but I'll lay it, and then give me Cook his over rushing yards.
Yeah, this is amazing how this number has changed. Like you said, I mean, Troy were favored earlier in the week, right? And it's just been this massive swing. Everyone's jumping on Jacksonville State here. I'm on Jacksonville State as well. My theory more is Troy are beat up after last week. James Madison are a tough physical football team by their standards. They actually played with them. Like, they hung around. They're playing for a conference championship. They got beat up. Their quarterback's injured. Their star running back has entered the transfer portal. They're hanging on for dear life here. And now you got a Jacksonville State team that, lost their coach in Rich Rod and kept this thing going, actually. They fell short in the opportunity to get there. They lost to Kennesaw State. This is another opportunity for them to, win a big game. Like I said, they fell short last year. They fell short this year. This is an opportunity for them to end the season strong. They're more well-rested. I like Jacksonville State. And I'll take Cam Cook, Scott, to score 2 touchdowns, plus 137. I won't do it over 128.5 yards. It's just so many yards, but I think he can score a couple of touchdowns. Put it this way. If he doesn't, Scott, you and I are in trouble. They're not going to win. He better score a bunch of touchdowns. They're not going to
win. Yeah, simple as that. Little rivalry game. 2 schools separated by about 150 yards. They haven't played since 2001 for whatever reason. So a little bit of tension there. And the game's in Alabama, so it might be a
yards
a
or miles. Miles. Yards is miles. Pretty.
What did I say? Yards? Sorry. Yeah, miles.
I mean, that would be right beside each other.
That would be real close, right? All right. So assuming halfway decent game.
Well, you know what that means. It means that they all know each other.
Oh,
just point blank. It's the high school scene. Like they're all going to know each other, teammates. Like that's one thing I like about these bowl games, though. Actually, Scott, there's interesting dynamics about that. Right? There's kids that they were talking about. Like I was the game the other day. Actually, there's a running. I think the Boise State running back and a Washington running back. They were rivals as kids. They were high school teammates, and then they just played against each other again. Like. Their entire life, they've either been on the same team or played against each other. It was like, they're both from LA. It was like an interesting little story. So I like these little tales. I guarantee you during the game tonight, Scott, they'll tell a story. Oh, these two knew each other since they were 6. And like, you know what I mean? It's Alabama. You don't think they know each other? How big is the state, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could be related for all they know.
Like, they all played in the same high schools. The good kids went to Alabama. The other kids went to the Sun Belt. Like, that's the way it works.
It's like Alabama, Auburn, Sun Belt, Conference USA, the pecking order, Division II
That's
schools.
why the Sun Belt is so good. Because they get the leftovers of the LSUs and the everyone dreams of playing for LSU, but you're not good enough or you're, this or that. So you know what? You're on ULL Lafayette now, kid. And suddenly, like, it makes like Sun Belt's got, because it used to be the Sun Belt was the worst conference in the country. But anyways, let's get to the picks. We could debate conferences all night, but get to the picks.
All right. And listen, I'm going to do this. I know this is a stupid bet. It is, but give me Colorado, Gabe. I haven't really. They're 16-3. They're the best team, on paper in hockey. They're playing like it. I haven't really capitalized. I played them every once in a while, but this is like a baseball team that's on a great run. And I've always been afraid. As soon as I start betting, they're going to lose, right? And now I just can't take it anymore. So they're laying over 3-1, which is just nuts on the road. But I'm going to take Colorado. I'll lay the goal and a half. It's close to pick them. I mean, it's a monster drop down. They're 16-3 their last 19 games, and Seattle is 1-8 their last 9. So I got a red hot team, an ice cold team. And, I know this has got 4-2 Seattle written all over it. I just know it, but give me Colorado laying the puck and a half tonight.
I'm going to go. Here's an under the radar college basketball game. And I like to bet totals. I've come around. I've been betting more unders recently. But Queens, and not from New York, but Queens, North Carolina. This is a team that really gets after it, right? This team, like, they push the envelope. They're an automatic over this team. And they're playing against Arkansas tonight. So I was like, oh, boy, what's the total going to be? So last night I was looking at this before there was even a number because I was like, oh, yeah, there's going to be points in this game. And it was 175.5, Scott. It's pretty high for a college basketball game, right? It actually closed at like 171.5. It came down for whatever reason. So it did come down to 171.5. Let's go with Queens and Arkansas over 171.5. We're coming up to a break here. We got more picks, so I won't get into the numbers and all that, but I like the over that game.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes here. I'm going to go with San Jose tonight. Another strange line. I know Calgary's playing a lot better. They are. But San Jose's playing good, too. They've won 3 of their last 4. They're 7-2 their last 9 at home, which is where this game is. Calgary's owned this series. But, again, you got to know when to throw those numbers out the door. And, San Jose's been awful. So everyone's, has a good record against San Jose. This is not the same San Jose team that we saw last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So I'm going to ignore the 7-0 Calgary straight wins over San Jose. Give me the Sharks at home, getting, small odds, plus 110, 115 or so, 105, depending on where you do your shopping.
Yeah, Calgary have really started to turn their season around. They're not all the way back yet, but they keep on chipping away. I'll give my thoughts on that game actually, you know what? We got 2 picks. That game's coming up later, but I got another college basketball game. San Diego, Scott, UC San Diego. I know the casual fan could get tripped up by this. There's a lot of teams in San Diego. All right, you got San Diego State, you got San Diego, and you got UC San Diego, right? And so you got the San Diego Toreros that we were kidding about the other night to play at the Jenny Craig Center.
Yep.
But you've got a new program, the UC San Diego Tritons. And if you remember last year, they took Michigan to the brink. They were like the big sleeper upset Cinderella special that everyone gave as the 12-5, I think it was, or whatever, the 8, not whatever the seed was.
Right.
And they nearly beat Michigan, right? It was 68-65. They nearly beat them and stuff in the tournament. And they've just been a covering machine over the last couple of years, Scott. Like literally like 24-6 ATS type stuff. Like they're 9-1 this year. Like all this program does is win. And I don't know, like they just sort of appeared out of nowhere. Who the hell are the Tritons? Well, you know what? You know, they're here and they're damn good. And all they've been doing is covering. And Loyola Marymount are good, but Loyola Marymount are good like against UC Santa Barbara good. They're not good. You know what I mean? UC San Diego are good. I don't understand this number either, Scott. It was 2.5 and it's come down actually, but I like UC San Diego tonight. And as far as the Flames are concerned, I should give you just a heads up warning. Will Smith and Karushkov are placed on the injured list. Karashev, whatever, excuse me. Placed on the injured reserve. So they're beat up right now. They got injured the other night. So the Sharks are missing, and Will Smith is their second best player, Scott, after Celebrini, right? So like they are shorthanded tonight. And the Flames have won 4 or 5. I like the Flames. It's a toss-up, but I think the Flames get it done tonight.
Mm-hmm. My last one, this is the old degenerate special, the old late night special. Give me over 154.5. Ready? Southern versus Cal Baptist. Southern is 6-1 over. They've either given up or scored 100 points in over half their games. They're on the road. They stink. Cal Baptist is actually pretty good. 154.5 is not a bad little number. Give me over Southern Cal Baptist again. What do you think? Bailout special.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it this evening. I'll have a pick. I got some late night picks later for some college basketball. Man, that was a fast first quarter.
Yeah. All right, take a look at the scores when we come back and get live.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like I sit back, we've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Second hour underway. Real recap of our late night pickoff. I got Jacksonville State laying a point, 3.5 again. It's Troy. I'm going to go over Cam Cook rushing yards, 128.5 or so, 127.5, depending on where you do your shopping. I'm going to take the Avalanche laying a puck and a half. I'll grab San Jose at home, getting plus 110, 120 or so against Calgary. And then our late night degenerate special, over 154.5, Southern versus Cal Baptist. What do you got, Gabe?
Yeah, we're on Jacksonville State as well on the money line in this football game. College basketball, Queens, North Carolina, Arkansas over the 171 and a half. College basketball, UC San Diego. That's, if I had a best bet, I would probably say UC San Diego would be it tonight to beat Loyola Marymount. And in hockey, should be a fun game tonight. But the San Jose Sharks are beat up tonight coming into the game. Calgary absolutely owned them. They're beating them 9 of the last 10 times they played. They beat them like 6 times in a row or whatever. And Calgary have won 4 of their last 5 games. So I think it'll be a close game. It'll be a 1-goal game. But I think Calgary grinded out. I think Calgary are favorite for a reason. Like I said, if Will Smith was playing, I'd feel differently about it. But he's that good that it's an impact, right? It hurts their team. So I'm going to go with the Calgary Flames in that game, and the San Antonio Spurs got up to a 6-point lead now, 41-35.
They're doing something, Gabe, tonight. I'm anticipating this anyway, that I really like as a head coach, and what I've screamed about forever about all these players not playing on back-to-backs because they, used up all their minutes in the first game. And I always say, well, just don't play them the whole game number 2. You play them 20 minutes, you play them in the second half, right? They seemingly, you mentioned it before, he's on a minutes count, and he didn't start tonight, Wembanyama. And he only played a couple of minutes in the first quarter. There are 9 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and he's only played 5 minutes. So I'm assuming if they have him for, 25 minutes, you said, game one, first game back? Maybe it's 26, 27? It's 20?
20 was game one. So you figure tonight, 22, 23 type thing, right, in a title game. They said they're going to increments in each game. But, they did it the other day.
You're saving it.
It was a super close game against the Thunder late. Anyone to watch, it was a great game. But it was like, it was super late, and he wasn't on the floor, right? And then basically because he was at 15 minutes. They literally, boom, with 5 minutes left, they put him back in the game. So he's on a sort of minute, restriction, and they're going to put him in and out. But the thing is, Scott, they're so good, it just makes them better. Like I hate to say it, like they're not going to say they don't need him, but they were 10-3 without him. Like they're damn good without Wembanyama. Like they know, and it's one of those deals where it always sounds cliche. Football teams can't handle it, as we see. Once the quarterback, the quarterback gets hurt, but it sounds cliche. But when Wembanyama got hurt, the coach said, "You know what? This is good for the rest of the team. Like let's go." Right, basically. And they showed, this is really toughening these guys up. And now Wembanyama's back on the floor now, Scott. Yeah. So look, it's 8:54 left. He'll probably play another 5 minutes here till the 3-minute mark. Get him out. Don't waste any fouls.
Second half.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't use up his
then he can go out.
Half. Yeah. Listen, I think in basketball, unless it's the point guard, then I think you could survive a big time player, whether it's a forward or center. Because he's not running the whole show. You look at Indiana, right? You take the point guard out of the equation, then it's like really trouble. But I think
they still have scores,
really
though.
Good players. Yeah, they do.
The thing is,
they got so many great players.
He's not their leading scorer, even, Scott.
Yeah.
Like he does. He's so. It's like, Wembanyama's not here, but we got De'Aaron Fox, who's capable of dropping 25 to 30 if we give him the shots. Castle capable of going off for 30. And their role players are good too, right? Like they play defense, they bang, like they're big. Like Champagny's like one of the more underrated players in the league that people don't really know about. They're not on TV as much as they should be, the Spurs. Yeah. But I said it earlier, like Wembanyama's just a problem in the paint. Like you see Karl Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson, they're not quite as confident, bro, when Wembanyama's around.
25-1, Gabe. Now, listen, there's a minefield for them to get to the NBA Finals, right? You're going to have to go through Denver and or Houston. You're going to have to go through OKC. So you're going to have two monster series. I get
Nobody will want to play these guys, Scott, in the playoffs. Like, trust me. Teams will be like, oh, God, no, we do not want to play Wembanyama in a 7-game series.
Touchdown Jacksonville State. But I tell you, 25-1. I don't know. I just saw him celebrating. I think, I don't want to say yes or no. They're congratulating the quarter. No, I don't think so. He threw it. It's a touchdown pass.
What the hell's going on here? I see they're showing. Oh, you know what? I don't have the game on, Scott. I don't get it. I keep on wondering.
No,
like,
the basketball's running late.
Exactly.
No,
so I keep on thinking, it must be a commercial still. It must be.
It's on ESPNU.
Yeah, it's on. I still have the Louisville. I bet on Louisville tonight, so I've subjected myself to watching this a bit here.
That torture.
83-60. They're getting lit up. I'm watching everything here. I'm bouncing around here, but yeah, I haven't started watching a football game yet, and I'm watching the NBA Cup. Right, we're the NBA Cup game here, which is, you know what? It's right on the number as far as the total is concerned. I wanted to bet the over. I didn't think like, oh yeah, it's going to be that low scoring. Like I said, it surprises people, but the Knicks are actually the 4th highest scoring team in the league. They score like 121 points a game. Like, so the Knicks score 120 and the Spurs score 117 a game. So like you saw the other, like the Knicks actually push the pace, and San Antonio are younger and faster than they are. So San Antonio are going to say, sure, you want to play fast? Go ahead. And in fact, if I was San Antonio, I would try to run the Knicks into the ground. I'd be like, all right, make Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns and Brunson running up and down the floor with us. They won't be able to do it. If I was San Antonio, I'd be playing even quicker, but they are playing pretty quick.
Yeah. Knicks are 2.5-point dogs now after starting the game and being 2.5-point favorites, down 6.
Total up to 239.5
minutes left. Wow. Yeah, it's going to go over. They scared me off it. Not only did they scare me off, and I played the under, which was stupid, because I went into it thinking over. Then I saw that number. It's like 233.5. I mean, that's 125, 115. That's a lot of points. I thought they'd play some defense because we've seen some defense in this cup, elimination games. But this is gonna go over.
The Knicks just missed like 4 shots because of Wembanyama in a row.
He's great.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. So, yeah, Gabe and I were talking. 7-0 Jacksonville State, and the starting quarterback, Crowder for Troy, just limped off the field. He scrambled. Give him credit for trying to play, Gabe, but I don't know. They just put he limped off the field, and they put the coat around him as the backup quarterback came in. It doesn't look like he's going to go back in. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. But, yeah, if you bet on Troy, thinking that this guy was playing, sometimes they try and play, but
I don't know why I'm not richer. I see the future all the time. I said it an hour ago right here. Right? I said it an hour ago. I said, yeah, even if he plays, I don't have confidence he'll be able to get through the game. Yeah. He was on crutches last week, Scott. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't you give the kid credit. This is, you know what I mean? This is the other side. Everybody only talks about, you know, Michigan, Ohio State, and Alabama of the world and stuff. There's other college football teams. This is sort of the I don't know, the sentimental side. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, the positive side of like the old, I guess the old school side of college football. I mean, what's this bowl game called tonight, Scott? Like, what, they just lost to JMU in their conference title game.
Yeah, salute to the Veterans Bowl.
Yeah, like whatever, dude. I know, all due respect to the veterans, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying the kid, you know, could have just said, like, put it this way, like any real team and real quarterback, his family, his agents, his people would have said, you're not playing in that game next week, right? You just played in a game against JMU. You got hurt. It's over, right? Let the, you know, whatever. It's just a dumb bowl game. Don't worry about it. Kid clearly wanted the ball, Scott, right? But it's one thing to want to play. It's another thing to get through the game, though, right? And where, you know, you just said he's already left the field in pain and injured already.
Yeah. And they bumped that line all the way up to 13.5. So even at the end, when it was a 3.5 point, favorite, right? They score 7 points, and it's going to go up, but it doesn't go up 10 points. They realize they see the kid limping. Yeah. And now the backups played quite a bit, Scott, I will say, but
I don't like Scott either. He didn't practice all week. The kid couldn't play, couldn't walk. Like, you know what I mean? So he didn't really get any reps. So I guess the backup, you could say, because the backup has played. He's been hurt before, so the backup has played a bit.
He's played
but
some,
I didn't like the situation. Coming off the loss, injured quarterback, star running back left. You know what I mean? I didn't like the spot compared to Jacksonville State that continuously just keeps falling short in these sort of let's get happy signature games. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is a chance for them to really, because, dude, I mean, they really put themselves on the map pretty quick. This would be a nice accomplishment for them to win this game tonight.
It's only third year at the FBS level. So,
yeah. And people thought after Rich Rod left that there'd be this big fall off, and good for them. You know, they kept this thing going, you know? Dude, they were close. My thing with this, Scott, is Jacksonville State, they're one of those teams that I never seem to win on. And they're always these Tuesday, Wednesday games that I get tortured, bro. Like, we've done a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like the Sam Houston State versus the, you know what I mean? It's
crazy
like,
finishes.
Oh, God, it's always, Remember you and I did one where we're like, oh, if they go for 2 and they don't get it here, and then we ended up losing by 1. Like, there's always something with them at the end. Always. Every game is close at the end. They lost to Kennesaw State the chance to go to the title game, 1916. I think they missed a field goal. Like, they missed a field goal with, 10 seconds left. Like, it's always something like, oh, boy, this is wild, right? And oftentimes their games will start off slow and then open up in the fourth quarter, that Jacksonville State, too.
Yeah. Look at their scores, right? 19-15, 37-34, 30-27, 24-21, 29-27. Everything is all
every
one
game
score.
Cuts. It's always drama. Always
crazy.
Drama. And I'm always on the wrong side of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of those, like, I'm like, I can't believe, like, when I saw this game tonight, I was like, oh, of course, it's got to be them up first here. I was almost, because I'm sure you are too. I'm in for the long haul. We're going to bet on every bowl game.
Yeah,
right? So
every game.
I was almost like, all right, good. Let's get Jacksonville State out of the way, because I never win with them. Let's get the loss over with here. And then I'm taking them. I took them tonight. With or without Goose Crowder, I was taking them tonight.
Yeah. 13.5. Then now they're making you pay the price, though. Now they're definitely making you pay the price. But the kid has played some, the backup quarterback. So he's not a complete, scrub, whatever. But 7-0, would I lay 13.5? Yeah, I probably would. I'd probably go one more time at 13.5.
That's
plus
for
104.
me. I wish I almost bet more, but nah, I'll stand pat. But the Vancouver Canucks, guys, how about this, Scott? The Rangers are being shut out at home again. They're being shut out.
Shocking, but true. Amazing. We'll look at the hockey board when we come back.
Be interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is. Right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments,
We're going to go with the over tonight.
and celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
Yeah, it is. It's officially over. Rangers lose 3-0 to the Vancouver Canucks at home.
Circle those wagons, Wetzel. Circle those wagons. That Vancouver Canucks. They trade Quinn Hughes. They're now 2-0 without Quinn Hughes, baby. Yeah, you like that?
Addition by subtraction. There you go.
Let's go. Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach.
Put me
You
in.
can pop for the Rangers at this point. 17 games now, 17 home games for the Rangers, 25 goals. 3 games, they had 15 goals. So that means they've played 14 home games, scoring 10 goals in those others. But just leave it as it is, 17 and 25.
That's wild.
They're going half a game. Wow.
From a Canucks perspective, though, you brought this up before, Scott, about another team, and I kidded, it's sort of like golf, how come you can be good for 2 or 3 holes playing golf, but you'll fall apart in the next hole? It's the same sport, right? But you can fall off the face. The Canucks are a good example of this. Like, why aren't the Canucks better at home? Like, how can you go into New Jersey? How do you go into these places and win on the road? You go into MSG to win on the road. You trade your players. You're in last place in the Western Conference. You win 3-0. Like, how come you can't consistently play like this, right? Because they have the talent. They have the capability. And it's such a tease because they win on the road. They're now 9-9 on the road, but 4-11 at home. Right, so, but nice start for the Canucks after trading away Quinn Hughes. And you can see the team chemistry is pretty good here with the Canucks right now.
Yeah. Let's welcome in our good buddy, talk a little hockey, Mr. George Kurtz, SportsGrid host. You see it here all the time here on the grid. How do you explain it, George? From Vancouver's perspective and then from the Rangers' perspective. How could they be so good on the road and be so lousy at home? And the same thing with Vancouver.
This is all about the Rangers, right? They just can't score at the guard. It makes no sense. You've got Artemi Panarin. I mean, one of the best players in the NHL here. Zibanejad, assuming he was allowed to play tonight.
He's really not, though. He's overrated.
He's a damn good player. All right, you can say he's a damn good player. Zibanejad, good player. But they're not scoring. They have the goaltending. Their defense is actually playing better than I expected them to, but they just can't score. And it's not because Adam Fox is out, right? They weren't scoring well before Fox. So I have no explanations for you. All right. All I know is generally you're not betting the Rangers at home. You take the unders and you go with the game here. As for Vancouver, I mean, they've responded very well to losing, I guess, their best player in Quinn Hughes, trading him away here. Although, as we discussed on we talked the other night, we like the return the Canucks got back. This wasn't a bad return. I think this is a trade that will, in the end, be one that both teams enjoy, especially if the Minnesota Wild can either win it all, which I have my doubts about, or if they can re-sign him and keep him long-term.
He's not going to sign there. That's where it'll be the dagger for Bill Guerin. Right, he gave up a lot.
I did look it up. He's not a free agent after this season. They got him for a year and a half, so he's got one and a half more years. So maybe they can convince him, or they think for a year and a half we'll give up everything we gave up.
No, I get it. I get it. If you're Minnesota, you're not going to get free agents to sign there. Nobody is going to voluntarily say, you know what, okay, right, I'm going to move to Minneapolis, unless you're from there. Right, it's cold. They never win. They're a good franchise, but they're not on some top list. Like again, it's like the Toronto Raptors guys, right? The Raptors are linked right now with Anthony Davis, right? Because the Raptors know, Kawhi Leonard wasn't going to sign there as a free agent, but they could trade for him, right? So the Wild are in that same type of franchise, and they're always stuck in the middle. So why not go all in, right? I don't have a problem with what the Wild did. I think you're right, George. I think it's a win-win for both teams. It makes Minnesota a legitimate contender, and it made Vancouver better. They got a guy out of there that didn't want to be there anymore and wasn't going to re-sign and was a distraction and sort of negative in the room, right? You got to have guys that want to be on the team. So I think that's the positive direction there.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Minnesota's return, you get Rossi. Rossi's a good young player, right? And Zev BM, I'm not going to tell you he's going to be Quinn Hughes, but I think he'll be 85-90% of Quinn Hughes. Plus, you get the first-round pick, and you get the other prospect here. I kind of like the return for Vancouver. I do. I think it's a good, solid return, and I love Quinn Hughes. I think Quinn Hughes is a top 5 defenseman in the NHL, so certainly like what Minnesota did here. But I'll say this again: I don't think Minnesota. Oh, did that go in? I think I just lost my under. Yep. Oh well. Minnesota can't stop here. They can't stay. They need to keep going here because even with this trade, you're not as good as Colorado. You're not as good as Dallas, and they haven't added yet. We know they will by the deadline.
But they don't have much more to give up.
Well, you're never going to be better than them, right? I mean, on paper, you're never going to be better than Colorado, right? I mean,
I think on paper, Dallas is the better team, right? We'd all probably rather have their goaltender at Ettinger. I know he's come up small in the playoffs. They've probably got a more balanced team as far as lines. Defense might be a little better. That Colorado has to start in McKinnon, maybe the MVP this year. McCarr, always the Norris Trophy candidate. They have maybe the top players there. But I kind of like Dallas' better overall team. But both teams of late have struggled in the playoffs here. And I didn't lose that under. I think it hit the post and went out, and then the clock ran out. So hey, things are turning around for you.
All right. We've got a couple games starting top of the hour. We'll start with Colorado. Monster 3 and change road favorite. They're 16-3 last 19. Seattle's 1-8. You want to lay a puck and a half? That brings it down to minus 110, 115 or so. It's amazing how far it'll drop, laying a goal and a half. Or do you want to take a flyer on Seattle?
Seattle's got some injuries here. I mean, you're not laying the 3+ here. And I couldn't, to even get this even close to a nice number, you need to find a 3-team parlay. I couldn't even find a 2-team parlay I really liked tonight. So it was either the goal line here, I play a small play on the goal line, or you play some props. I think Colorado's scoring at least 4 goals tonight, maybe more here. I mean, Seattle's going with the backup goaltender as well here. So I think Colorado is going to win the game. I think goals are going to be scored. So maybe McKinnon 1.5, McKinnon a power play point. You want to go net just same way, McCarr. That's the direction I went here. I did take a small play on the goal line. It was minus 120 for me. I did this a couple of hours ago. I think it might have got a little bit better now.
It's up to 128.
No,
so Seattle are a disappointment. Seattle are a disappointment this year.
They started off well.
Yeah. You know, I don't think people thought they were going to be good, but I think a lot of people thought, hockey people thought they would surprise people and actually sort of put something together. But they, you know what? They just can't score, this team. And the wheels are falling off early. They're going to bury themselves early as well. They're ice cold. I'd like to go against Colorado here, right? Just laying that massive number. But Seattle aren't the ones to do it, Scott, in my opinion, right? I'll bet against Colorado. I'm not ultimately always scared of them in certain spots, but not against the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah. Most of their wins too have come by 2 goals or more in this little run that they've had. There's only a handful of games that were 1-goal games. So how about Calgary, San Jose? Close to pick 'em. Calgary, a minus 140 road favorite against the Sharks.
I do like the over in this game. This is where I'm going to go. I like to go over in the Colorado game as well, by the way. So I like the over in the game. I mean, if San Jose was healthy, they lost Cooley, one of the better young players in the sport here. Hard to trust them. Their defense is not very good. They generally play high-scoring games.
Will Smith isn't playing tonight, George.
Will Smith isn't playing. Right. He's on the IR, so he's not playing. It's just tough to trust. I know Calgary's playing better of late. I think they've won 4 of their last 5, so they are playing better. Mm-hmm. So I did take a shot with them, but I like the over as my favorite play in this game.
Mm-hmm. We got Toronto. They just beat the.
What is it?
The
Right, sort of the total.
3-2.
5.5.
5.5. Yeah.
Toronto beat the Blackhawks.
If it was 6.5, I would take the under.
Woohoo! It had to be a couple of late goals there. Nice.
Well, you had it sounds like you had
Toronto. When I was setting up, it was 2-1. I'm like, they lost.
Yeah. No,
Captain shock. Minus 200 the Leafs tonight. No Connor Bedard, right? Obviously, Connor Bedard's going to be out until mid-January.
No Bedard.
They scored 2 goals 8 seconds apart at 16:51 and 16:59. Oh, that place must have been going bonkers. Wow.
Might save their season, the turning point for the Leafs.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks, George.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Thanks again, George Kurtz, for joining us, as he does from time to time, as we like to say. So, turn of events there in the football game. The Salute to Veterans game is now tied 7-7. Troy just recovered a fumble by Jacksonville State in the end zone for a touchdown. Jacksonville State's been dominating the game. It's only 7-0, but, they're controlling play. They got the backup quarterback in there for Troy. They got the ball at their own 15-yard line, and they try a flea flicker. Quarterback gets the ball back. He bobbles the ball, drops it in the end zone, Gabe, and Troy lands on it for a touchdown. Yeah, these coaches with these bowl games, this is their 15 minutes of fame. They got to show the world, ooh, I'm a smart head coach. I have trick plays and I know what I'm doing. And just run the game the way you're going to run it. You're at your own 15-yard line. Why are you running a trick play where disaster can happen? You got the opposing team down and out.
Not the time and place to do it. I agree, but it's Jacksonville State, right? We talk about it. Every one of their games is close. They do, you know what I mean? They do a lot of weird things, you know what I mean? And they blow leads, they come back, they're very extreme, this team, but they're 8-5, right? They're an 8-5 team, taking on an 8-5 team. Winning. So I'm not expecting, now they're fighting a little bit. So now they're jawing. So there's a lot of emotion between these. Like I said, an all Alabama showdown here, 7-7 late in the quarter here. And they're throwing the ball a little bit around right now as the first quarter's coming to an end. But at that, we just went to the half right now. And I got to tell you, this NBA Cup, this has been the best NBA Cup yet, without a doubt. Right? I mean, the Oklahoma City-San Antonio game was a classic the other night. That was one of the best modern NBA games, ever. That was just sort of all right, this is the future of the NBA, and it's good. And tonight, these guys are going at it hard. Right now. So we go to the half, 61-59. Great atmosphere in the arena. Both benches are fired up. Like I said, they did win with this NBA Cup. A lot of people think it's stupid. I thought it was dumb when they invented it and stuff. It looks like they're going to get it out of Vegas just because they want to sell tickets and, to be more hype actually in the home arenas. It's too tough in Vegas to find out your team on Tuesdays going to Vegas on Friday. Not everybody lives an hour from Vegas. You know what I mean? How do you uproot yourself, Scott? You don't find out. That if I had a criticism, if Adam Silver was asking me, what do you think about the NBA Cup? I'll tell him, listen, it's pretty cool. The players seem to like it. Fans respond to it, but bracket it out more where you give fans, if you're going to do it in Vegas, give people an opportunity, Scott. All right, I got a week now. Okay, we're going to do it, and the final is 10 days from now. You give fans from both cities an opportunity to go to Vegas, and it's too expensive to book trips on short, stuff anyway. So I think it's a better idea just to have it on the damn home courts.
Yeah. And whatever you go, you don't want to do it on a Tuesday night, Gabe. Listen, I get you don't want Sunday afternoon. Who wants to go head-to-head with the NFL? But,
they want to go with Monday Night Football.
You don't want to go Monday Night Football, but I think the ideal one would be Friday, right? You don't want to go Saturday with all the college football bowl games. You don't want to go Sunday, although I think Sunday night, I'll go head-to-head with whatever Sunday night game happens to be.
No, but you're right. I don't disagree.
Friday night.
I would have had the championship game. I would have the championship game on Saturday night. You had the semifinal Saturday night. Just have the damn final Saturday night, right? And people the ratings were good. People paid attention to it. There was only the LA Bowl on, going head-to-head with it. It's not a big college basketball, so they got to tweak the schedule a little bit, and I think they're going to go to the home court stuff. But from a competition standpoint, it's been good. Games have been really good. It was a great game the other night. The Lakers-Spur game was really good the other night. This game is really, really good as well. There's high-level play. Charles Barkley was, saying that, it's a joke that you have to give players $500,000 more to make them
Right.
like compete to like have good games like this. But I don't really think it's the money. The guys, like the poor guys on it, the guys that don't make a lot of money, Scott, care. But I don't think Jalen Brunson's not in the room right now thinking, man, I really don't want to miss out on that $488,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? He makes 45, 50 million. What does he make? 50 million a year now? Like,
Something like
the guys
that.
at the end of the bench, whatever. And the younger guys, it's fun for them. Even a losing team, Scott's getting like 280,000 or something.
Yeah.
Like, they're all getting paid for this, right? So,
Yeah, this is their play money, Gabe. Like, I don't know how
it's
it
casino
works.
money.
I really don't. Obviously, who makes that kind of money, right? But they're not getting, paychecks like you and I are, like every 2 weeks and go to the bank.
Yeah, they
right?
are.
All that money
Yeah, they
is
are.
all like, well, it's got to be done by computers. I don't think
No,
they're
people don't.
check.
People don't realize that. In fact, it was funny. The NBA player, I think it was Karl Anthony Towns, actually was telling a story about that. You can, in the NBA, Scott, you can either get paid once a month or in one lump sum.
Really?
It's pretty wild. So you have the choice. Yeah. Like your contract for the year. You could tell them, I want the $30 million at one time here. Right? I think they give it to you to the end of the year, though. But they have to pay you. But you get it like, or you could say, no, I'll get paid like once a month. Just deposit it into this account once a month type thing. Right? And basically, I'll find the interview, actually, because it was fascinating. It was on a podcast of NBA players talking. And it was a vet guy. I think it was Karl Anthony. I keep on coming back to Cap, but he basically said all the young guys, Scott, always take the money at once, and it's a big mistake. Right? They get to the league, and they're like, oh, yeah, just, deposit the $5 million or whatnot, right? And they blow the money, just point blank. Because you think, all right, I'm going to get paid again. It's like, yeah, once a year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Once a year. And by the time, like, he told a story a couple of years in, next thing you know, you got multiple houses, multiple cars, multiple debt, and like they're behind the eight ball, even though they're making a lot of money, right? Don't forget, they're getting taxed up the ass, right, with this stuff. Right. So you hear, all right, he's making 50 million, he's really walking away with like 35 or something like that, and they're reckless with their money. But yeah, they really do, Scott. They really do get paid. Like baseball, same thing. It's like twice a week, once a month, once a year, however you want it.
It's crazy. Wow. They got to pay state taxes in all the states they also play in, too. And so they do get crushed taxes-wise, right?
That's the thing that really bothers them on top of it, guys. People don't realize that. So you play in New York, and New York State says you just performed at MSG, you got to pay us. Yeah,
you got to pay us.
It's like, what am I, Adele or Taylor Swift? I didn't perform here. I'm on a team.
Interesting to see in that Big 12. We keep talking about it. With Houston, with Iowa State, with Kansas, with BYU. They're going to be battle tested, but so is the rest of that league. And man, that is going to be fun to watch.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
There are a million ways to make money on this. There really is, right? Like, I sit back. We've given you a couple of ours that we've given you. I think they're all going to win, essentially. The gold one, the Google Views one. The only one I might not win, Cam, that I gave people was, will the U.S. government announce that aliens exist in 2026?
In-game live, only on SportsGrid. This season is about coming together, sharing moments.
We're going to go with the over tonight.
And celebrating what connects us. It's lighting the candles, gathering like a team, and finding joy in every night. 8 nights of tradition, 8 nights of celebration, 8 chances to shine. Happy Hanukkah from all of us at SportsGrid.
Football contest season is back, and so is the Las Vegas Football Contest Show. Season 2, the sharpest football contest show in the land. Focusing on all 3 Circus Sports contests and the Westgate Superbook Super Contest, we handicap the games and release our contest picks every week of the season. Featuring Super Contest champions Brady Cannon, James Salinas, and former NFL player Mike Pritchard, all team will have you prepared this season like none other. Check us out every weekend right here on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Quick 2 hours here, wrapping up shop here. So let's take one more peek at the scores. Still at the half, getting ready to start the second half, no doubt. Spurs and leading the Knicks 61-59. Pick them over under. Same exact number was the start. How about that? 233.5. So if you missed out on your bet originally, there you go. You actually got 140 points. That's not a bad little start to get to your number. 120 points, get to your 233.5. Usually they give you a little bit more second half. This way it's actually a little bit less. But got that college football game. It's 7-7. Troy with the ball now at the Jacksonville 18-yard line. Crowder is back in there. I give the kid a lot of credit. He is definitely trying tonight. So 7-7, threatening threatening to score for Troy. And then we got the late night hockey. A couple hockey games still underway, but those are blowouts. Minnesota 2-0 over Washington. So what's on your late night plate? Anything?
Well, I would say expect a very close game tonight with Troy and Jacksonville State all night long. It'll come down to the wire. The total's 48.5 now. I think, we'll wait. We'll post this on X in like half an hour or something, but let's let the total fall and drop a little bit. But I think it will open up in the second half, guys. So, if it goes to 38.5 or whatnot, you know what I mean? But I think it will open up a little bit in the second half, but I don't want to bet the 48.5. Right now. Wembanyama has 4 points only in the first half, but he hasn't played much. He's going to play more in the second half now, right? So his prop is 14.5. I think he does get to 15. Brunson's at 15 right now. His prop's at 30.5, which it closed at. You talked about the total being right on the number. So, we played a half. We're right where we started now almost. Man, I didn't think the kid from Troy would make the field goal, Scott, but he made it. So 10-7 Troy right now. But so I would say Wembanyama over to 14.5. My late night picks, UC San Diego, money line to beat Loyola Marymount tonight, and the Calgary Flames to beat the San Jose Sharks.
My late nighter is over 154.5. Southern versus Cal Baptist is Southern 6-1 over on the season. This college football game will already be underway by the time we come on the air tomorrow. In fact, it might be over. Who knows? South Florida, 5 o'clock Eastern time start, which really means about 5:10 or so. Laying 2.5 game against Old Dominion. Now, you were saying yesterday, I haven't looked into this one, do my research yet, but you're telling me the South Florida quarterback, I think you mentioned, is not playing, which explains why that over-under, which is so appealing, at only 52.5. But I think you said he wasn't playing, right?
No, he's coaching. We're in a new era right now. He's going to be one of the assistant coach. He's going to be one of the assistant coaches on the sideline. They're still better. They're still better than Old Dominion. Right. I think even with the backup quarterback, Scott, stepping up and in here, that they'll be able to win. And in fact, the quarterback that is actually playing is a Tennessee Volunteer transfer. So he was actually on the Tennessee Volunteers before.
All right.
So now he gets his opportunity. Yeah, graduate transfer, played for the Tennessee Volunteers. Moore appeared in 7 games this year, went 14-20, 54 yards and a touchdown. So he's unproven, but they'll be fine. They've got more talent. They're better than Old Dominion, in my opinion.
I mean,
I'm going to be on South Florida.
Yeah. I mean, they got some good wins this year, South. I mean, we're talking about beating Florida, Boise State. I know that was earlier in the year, but to me,
Old Dominion's quarterback is out, Scott. Old Dominion's quarterback isn't playing.
So how is South Florida not losing?
And he's their best player. And I get it, the Browns, good and stuff, but South Florida actually have other good players. Yeah. Old Dominion's best player was their quarterback, and he's not playing.
Yeah, he's 2.5.
Scott, he threw for 34 touchdowns and he threw for 21 touchdowns and he ran for 13 touchdowns. That's what they're missing. How do you replace that?
How do you replace that? Right? Yeah. I mean, that's just like bonkers. So,
he entered the transfer portal.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get a bunch of offers, right? I'm sure. That's what these kids do. They enter the transfer portal.
For the record, the kid that's playing, Hennikel did play. He played against Arkansas State last year and beat them 40-32, 9-12 passing. So I love the quote, Scott. You're going to hear this like a million times over the next 3 weeks. The coaching staff has a lot of faith in him. That's what they're saying. Coaching staff has a lot of faith in the sophomore quarterback. That's what they're saying. They always have a lot of faith in every one of these quarterbacks. What are they going to say before the bowl game? I really don't have a lot of faith in this kid, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, my fingers crossed. He sucks. We'll be back tomorrow night in Game Live Game Day here on the Grid.